Time to check in with our friend Mitch Melnick from over at TSN 690. Take a look at the week in sports, week to come. And before we even get to that, okay, Daniel, hit it. Gotta love it. T-Rex, Mark Bolan, and Mitch, you got another concert planned. So is this the finale of the three that you have done now?
This is the finale of, this is a trilogy. Original plans, as ambitious as we are, was to have a full night of this, and that made absolutely no sense. It would have taken 24 hours. So we split it into three. It was supposed to be 19, 20, 21, COVID. So we're only a little bit behind schedule, like 2 years.
Perfect.
So Bang a Gong, it's the glam rock era, and this is going to be the last of these shows for quite a while. Billy Bob Productions not going anywhere. We'll be doing some smaller scale shows, but we're going to be on high probably until 2016, and then something really major. So
wait, 2026.
2026.
We're not going back in time.
It started with the Last Waltz 40th anniversary in 2016.
Wow.
There you go.
So that's why I've got 2016 in my mind.
So but we missed that part. So you said you're on hiatus till 2026, and then really big news coming?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. And there might be some big news prior to then, but it's got nothing to do with these concerts.
Right. You're starting a band? What are you doing?
I'm actually starting a band called the New York Giants Suck.
You know, that's not called for. And we haven't even gotten to the sports part of this yet.
It's just foreshadowing, if you believe in foreshadowing. I'm just going to throw that out there. We're going to revisit it, I think. Yes?
Don't you know you got to get the plug in properly and get all the information out there first before you start dissing Aaron's team? So let's first talk about this Bang a Gong Montreal. It's coming in November.
November the 24th. It's a Friday night, and it's at Club Soda.
Okay.
And it's an era that has fascinated me. The three shows, like the Clash 40th anniversary, London Calling, the Spirit of Punk, it's very close to my heart. And then what came out of punk, post-punk, and then new wave was something I only plugged into after it actually happened. And I came to appreciate that kind of music. The glam rock era was the most interesting to me because it spawned also so many different directions. But I was, and continue to be, fascinated by Mark Bolan. He's kind of a forgotten figure in rock and roll, other than the big hit that you just played, which was his only hit, believe it or not, in North America. He had several in England. He is one of the most influential people in rock and roll history, if you kind of put it onto a shelf in different eras, and how many people and how many different fashion statements people made on stage. He did a television show called Tops of the Pops in 1971. He was an acoustic folkie. T-Rex was a duo, a folkie duo. He was always a great guitar player. Then he started a band, kind of like one of his idols, Dylan. He plugged in. He was a terrific guitar player. But when he appeared on this television show, he was wearing like sparkles under his eyes, and he had on this crazy frilly silk shirt. And all of the country watched that, including David Bowie, who got the idea eventually to create Ziggy Stardust. And you just randomly pick a year in the early 70s of rock and roll, whether it's Bowie or Ian Hunter and Mott the Hoople, later on Queen, Alice Cooper, Kiss. I mean, the influence was pretty obvious, and his best friends at that time Bowie's best friends were Iggy Pop and Lou Reed. They were all traveling with each other, recording with each other, producing for each other. So this all started with T-Rex and the song All the Young Dudes that Bowie wrote because he heard another group that he loved, Mott the Hoople, was about to break up because they didn't have a commercial hit, so Bowie gave them the song All the Young Dudes, which of course references T-Rex in the lyrics. Mott the Hoople kept recording for decades afterwards, led of course by Ian Hunter. So it's just there's so much at stake on in the history of rock and roll, and throughout the 70s and early 80s especially. And there are no hair metal or glam metal groups that appeared in the 80s without Mark Bolan starting everything.
Yeah, and we can thank him, I guess, as you described it, for letting us know or popularizing frilly shirts. So thank you for that, Mark Bolan, as well.
I love these nights that you do. I always tell people it's like a trip down memory lane. It's like reliving the best days of your youth, and it feels so personal, so curated for each and every one of us in a different way. So it's at Club Soda. Tickets at clubsoda.ca, Mitch?
Tickets at clubsoda.ca, and this is not going to be a typical jeans and T-shirt, motorcycle boots on stage. This is actually everybody involved. including Dawn Tyler Watson, who's going to do something very, very special. She's one of the great vocalists in the country, as you guys know, and we've got something special planned. There are surprises, as always, one-time only collaborations with different musicians who've never played together before. It's just a spectacular night, and this will look the best.
Should you come dressed up to this? Would
Yes.
that be okay.
Yes, we actually plan on having a couple of makeup artists in the lobby for those who want to get into the spirit a little late.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
All right, we'll talk about it more when we get closer to it. For now, let's look at the weekend at sports. So got to start with the U.S. Open. Coco Gauff, the unbelievable performance she turned in as a 19-year-old. Did you happen to watch much or any of it?
No,
All right, then let's talk about Novak.
That was the highlight of the football game last night, wasn't it? Was Coco Gauff showing up?
Yeah, that was.
So
It
we're
was all
still
downhill.
finding Giants suck. We have to get back to that.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. But you were so gung-ho. It's like, Rod Francis did my show for years, right? Lifelong Bills fan. And no matter what is happening in where the Bills are, whether they're high expectations, medium expectations, there was always you're always waiting for the other shoe to drop, and they never fulfill the potential, right? Never won a Super Bowl.
Wow.
Their last championship was Jack Kemp in 1964 in the AFC. For you guys, it's not quite as dismal for Giants fans,
No.
but I thought, yes, I remember, if you remember, we had a conversation last year that a lot of people were overhyping the Giants a little bit, right?
I mean, let's be honest. Daniel Jones looked like he could be the guy as the new quarterback to turn things around, a running quarterback, something the Giants haven't had in the longest time. And then you look in the backfield, right? And all of a sudden, number 26, you got Barkley running as one of the best running backs, I thought, in the NFL last year. So you had reason to hope. And then literally last night, Mitch, 3 minutes into that game, I kind of sat back and went, oh no, here we go again. It could not have started any worse, and it went downhill from there. It was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah, I was able to go to bed earlier than I planned. Yeah, because honestly, I woke up today thinking the Cowboys had shut out the Giants 30-0. I missed
Close.
the last 10 points.
Yeah.
That is the biggest shutout win in the history of the Cowboys.
Yeah, I know. It's
history
fine.
of the Cowboys,
Okay.
all those Super Bowls in the
Okay.
70s.
That's great.
No, it's not all on. Look, that's a great defense the Cowboys have. I think they're part of a group of legitimate Super Bowl contenders, the Dallas Cowboys this year. They have to be, otherwise you got people leaving left, right, and center. But that's a very good football team. It's just the Giants. I think you had to lower your expectations.
Well,
just a
maybe. I mean, you didn't know how bad an offensive line could be until you watched last night. I think he was sacked. Daniel Jones was sacked 7 times,
That's right.
I mean, that's ridiculous. So we'll see. But I've lost all hope, and it's only week 1 into the season. But that aside, a couple of other things you saw yesterday, NFL, week 1, what sort of impressed you? Or who impressed you?
Well, from two different ends of the spectrum, the fact that Tua of the Dolphins had a historic day passing. I think only Dan Marino has thrown for more.
Coming back off a concussion, we thought might end his career, right?
That's right. 2 concussions. I mean, you're every time you see him drop back or tuck the ball under his arm, you hold your breath as a football fan because he's capable of doing spectacular things, throwing for 466 yards yesterday. It's the 4th most ever in the NFL in an opener, but he's also 1 hit away from permanent retirement. And it's just, because if he's healthy, there's another legit Super Bowl contender. I know some will take offense, but who doesn't love watching dynamic, athletic, creative players on the field, and he's one of the best. On the other hand, Joe Burrow, who's my favorite NFL quarterback, 20 years from now, we're going to remember a Hall of Fame quarterback having the worst start of his career right after signing the richest contract in NFL history. He just wasn't ready to play. He's behind. He had a calf injury. He was short-arming throws. It was like it was still the exhibition season for Joe Burrow. I'm not worried about him moving forward, but that was dreadful.
Okay, and now we're out of time. Okay, so never mind the U.S. Open. Congratulations again, Coco Gauff, and Novak Djokovic as well, winning on the men's side, just in case no one had noticed. And that's it. Mitch, thank you.
Can we talk more about
No,
David
we
Bowie
can't.
and Bang the Gong?
No, we're all gone.
Okay.
But it's not till the end of November. We'll be back to
We'll
talk
have more
about it again,
chances.
right?
Okay.
Thank you, Mitch.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Thanks.
See you in a few weeks.
Terrible thing to say about the Giants.